Yeah, from my learning, I'm recording because I've learned that every time I don't record, I regret it badly. So, okay, let's start. I don't know what happened to Mary. Where is Mary? I know Amberlyn is not coming, but Mary didn't say anything. And I don't see any text, so I'm sure she's coming, right? I'll just say question mark. Okay. All right, who wants to start? And Mary couldn't wait for Saturday because she had a story to share, right? She told us. Shelley, any signs? Anything during the day yesterday, during the surgery?
I wrote down signs on my phone, which Sage has right now, but it was just little stuff. Like I got a text message at 5 in the morning from a dear friend, and so it was like perfect. I needed it. It's like so much extra love, and I hadn't heard from her for probably 2 years, maybe. And so, and
Did
she
know
just
about your surgery?
no, but
Ooh.
I know like she knew to text me. So and then there was a like I was waiting in the surgery room, and this lady brings in her son, and he was like 4 months old, and I was just like, okay, well, a baby, that's a sign.
Yep.
And
Brand
then
new. Yep.
I wrote down like a familiar face. There was someone waiting there in the waiting room that I knew that like lived in our neighborhood. So his wife was having surgery, because it's just like a sea of people you don't know, but I'm like, oh, there's someone I know. And he's like, hi, how are you doing? So I wrote that down. And there's like a few other things I'm sure I wrote down. And then
As you were going to surgery, did you notice green light in any shape or form? It doesn't have to be green light as a traffic light. What was the first traffic sign when you were leaving?
I don't know. Everything just went smoothly. I don't.
That, ladies, you should notice when you go on some important thing or trip or something. First thing, what is the first traffic light shows you? It's usually very, very indicative, at least in my world, for sure.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was just trying to like not feel sick. But I don't know, it all went good.
You didn't tell them that you were feeling sick? I thought you would cancel the surgery because they ask you, do you have any symptoms?
They did not ask me. They didn't do any type of screening. They didn't ask. No one asked me at all. They didn't ask like any COVID screening. They didn't ask if you've been coughing, nothing. And I was coughing a little bit in the OR waiting, like when I was in the bed, but I was trying not to, and my cough was a lot less. And then that day anyway, so, and then yesterday I didn't cough a lot. So yeah, they didn't even ask me. No one asked.
That means it's a good sign.
Yeah.
That means you were supposed to be there and you were supposed to have it.
It was all just kind of easy. And then the extra waiting, I just napped. I said, oh, well, then I'll take a nap. And so I just laid there and napped. So
here she is with the story.
Yay.
Okay, what else? These are all positive signs. See, you said little. These are good, very good signs.
Just the nurse was, before you go in, they do like a double check with two nurses, and they go like, oh, which year is it? What's your name, your birthday? And then the other nurse reads off your number on your wristband to the nurse, and they were like 22222, and they're like, oh, it's a lot of twos. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a sign. I'll write that one down.
Okay, what is a lot of sign? What is 222? What does it mean?
Well, for me,
no, there is a meaning to it. This one you need to remember, ladies.
Okay, so 222. Well, I think 222.
It means keep faith.
Okay.
Every time you see 222, that means keep faith. you're encouraged to keep faith. Just be patient, keep faith.
Nice.
Remember that, right? This one is good that you don't need to think about it. Keep faith.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So that means that's another one. That's another good one.
Yeah.
We're interrogating Shelley, even though after the surgery, we say we're not those people who need recovery time. We just get back into the battle.
Yeah. I think that's mostly it.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So you're feeling good? I mean,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just got up a little while ago. Yeah, it's just it's what it is. I'm doing good.
And what is it? Is it left or right?
Left.
Left. So the left one, yeah, the female.
Yeah.
Left is the female. Male is the right. Very cool. And you can hear. This is great.
Yeah, I can still hear. Of course it's muffled and weird sounding right now because there's so much packing in it. And they put these little gel packs all the way back in your ear canal, and I'll get those out in a week or two. And then when they take those out, the hearing is just like so loud. You walk into the office and everything's kind of muffled, and then as soon as they take those out, you leave the office and you can hear every sound, and you're like, I'm like a child. I'll just like rub my nails on the wall because I can hear it, and it's cool. It'll be cool. But I just want the vertigo gone.
Yeah.
Super glad I can still hear.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, of course, I have to ask. I cannot not ask. Did this work you've done for the last 6 months, did it help your surgery?
Yes.
You had the surgery before that and after that. Yours is like before and after. Interesting, right?
Yeah. Yes. Like
the before you started working here, and that was not successful.
Right.
And we'll see how this one is.
Yeah, this one has to be. It's going to be. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Okay, do you want me to stop interrogating you?
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of hard to talk. I'm excited to listen to everybody today.
Yeah. Well, you relax. You're done. I was saying, where is Mary? What happened to Mary? She had a story to tell and then she disappeared. Wait, I knew you were coming, but yeah, I just in case. The babysitting continues, right? Okay, before Mary, anybody else who wants to share right now? Then we will go into Mary's story. Well, Melissa and Lisa. Lisa and Melissa. Both like bees. Queen bee. Anyone?
I can go.
Okay, go ahead.
So the past few days have been kind of sick. And like with a fever, a sore throat, and this weird cough. So I've talked to Irina, and I'm really processing because of our renewal, and feeling like some resistance towards it. So I've been trying to look for signs and work through that. So I told Irina the one that I saw was Psalm 95 on a license plate, and she told me that it means protection. And that was like the morning before I met with her to talk about the past 6 months. And that was the same morning that I saw when everybody was texting to Shelly, and then I saw the Lucky 7 license plate too. And I've been seeing a lot of, it's like this landscaping company, and it's Royal Landscaping, and they have like big lettering, and I think it's like gold and purple, and I see them everywhere. I've never seen this company before, living in Arizona for what, like a decade at least. And now I just keep seeing them everywhere, and like it'll be like 3 in a row. So that's nice to see. I feel like my signs are all still very much abundant signs, and it is helpful to keep me going forward because I have been fighting with the darkness. So yeah, saw a frog. I told Irina I saw a frog. I didn't like it. I don't like frogs. And then I had a few, so I saw the scorpion was in our house, which is a death sign. And then my roommate told me that her shoe broke. And I was laughing because I was just remembering this story about all the shoes breaking. Yeah, that's what's been going on with me.
How are you feeling?
It's like I don't, like yesterday I was really sick, like tired, and just like I just felt gross. Like you know, when you have a fever and you're kind of coming out of it, you just feel sweaty, icky. But it did break yesterday after, like pretty soon after I talked to you, actually, when we were texting, and then it went away and my throat wasn't sore anymore. So I'm just left with like this lingering congestion. But it's really not bad at all, just pretty minor.
So Lisa told me, I just announced that in the session that I haven't been sick all this time, and suddenly I'm sick. I said, well, you're not sick, you're resisting. And sure enough, and that's how it's either you're resisting or you're processing. By the way, to answer Shelley's question, because you had, when I was in the Dark Night of the Soul, I still read your text, and I think you mentioned, how do you know you process, right? It's not like you know it in your heart. What do you mean know in your heart? Not really. It's just you know you're processing because, first of all, if you're the muggle, things happen, you're not processing, because processing means you will get the insight what it is all about. Processing means stuff is moving, you working on it because you said yes already, you know what you're doing, and you will get the insight. You asking, why is it there? What does it represent? You working on it. Because if a muggle feels yucky, right? Let's say Lisa were a muggle who is not anything to do with this work, and you got sick. I would never said you're processing, because what are you processing if you're not aware of the processing? Do you see what I mean? So when Lisa, I told her she was processing at the very beginning. Remember how you started it? You started processing when we started working. You got very heavy. You didn't know it. You announced it on Facebook, and I happened to see your post. I don't run around Facebook very often. Well, generally never, but I get sometimes emails, weird emails from notification, but they're very random. So if I answer your post, that means I saw the email. That's all. I don't go there, right? So Lisa said, I am heavy. I didn't even go to the gym. I couldn't do it, and I feel so heavy. And I explained to her, if you remember, ladies, that's the processing, because you already started working. So remember, every time you're feeling heavy, you're feeling something is not, you're feeling in the dark, because you're on the path, because you're aware, because you will ask questions, I hope you do, right? You ask questions. What does it represent? You fill out the release handout. That's processing. You are processing, you know it. Heavy, in the dark, in hell, all hell breaks loose. That's your processing. Does it make sense? So you don't need to guess, really. It's there. You're doing it. Those muggles who feel heavy, they're just sitting in it. They're not processing anything. Well, they still grow. People still grow sometimes because, well, sometimes people still grow, but it might take you one issue whole lifetime or several lifetimes. One issue, several lifetimes. That's crazy because of no awareness. Our awareness speeds up everything exponentially. So it's the awareness that makes you stop processing. So, and here is another one. Stephanie lately recently reminded to me, because what I taught her a long time ago, and I already even forgot myself about it, that I was teaching her that. She said, you told me, when I cry, I ask myself, am I crying, which I always do. I don't cry very often anymore. I used to cry a lot because I was releasing a lot. And so I would say, okay, why am I crying? Am I crying because I am a victim, right? Sometimes things happen and we cry because we're so overwhelmed with our drama. So we start crying from overwhelm. Or I am crying because I'm processing, because I am observing myself. I'm working on it. That's the difference. If you're crying because you're a victim, you're not processing anything. You're just stirring it up. It'll like a boil when kettle is boiling, what comes out? Steam. But the water is inside. Water is hidden. Only steam comes out with the kettle closed, with the lid closed. So that steam is the crying as a victim. Oh, poor me. That's not processing. But if you cry because you are releasing and you're happy, I've experienced so many times. I mean, well, I don't cry as a victim for sure because I won't let myself do it, right? It's ingrained in me. But I would be on one side, I'm sobbing. One time I had a cancer. I was releasing something. So I was listening to a singer, and she was Russian. She's a Russian singer, prima donna of several generations. I mean, she's 70 now. She's been famous since, I don't know, before she was born. And she's the only #1 in the Soviet Union. There's not possible here in America to be #1 all the time. It was possible in Soviet Union. She's #1 no matter what. And so she's always in black, always, all her life. Black, shapeless clothes like this, but she sings incredibly. Anyway, and she all the time crying, heartbroken heart. That's why she's so famous, because she sings to women who, every woman in Russia has broken heart, for sure. They're full of anger and loneliness. So anyway, and she's singing what they believe in. And I was watching her concert and sobbing for 45 minutes. 45 minutes on the floor. Sometimes, I had tremendous sobs. I would be on my knees because I couldn't even get up. I couldn't do anything. I was just on my knees in the Kleenex with me, full box. I'm like, So yeah, for 45 minutes nonstop. And of course, my part of me, I was very aware of rejoicing. So I'm sobbing here, and I'm happy on this side, observing how I'm sobbing, saying, yes, I'm releasing. Yeah, cool. That's processing. Make sense now? Yes or no, everybody? Like, I hope it makes sense. So yeah, you don't need to guess. It's just right there. You will be processing because you're on the path, you're doing the work, and you ask questions. Any comment about processing? Melissa, anything you want to add from your long-term experience? A lot of processing?
A lot of processing. No, I mean, I had this question earlier on too, because I was like, when is it just drama versus me processing versus whatever. And yeah, I think this, it's hard to tell sometimes, but I guess that subtle difference is really like the awareness of, okay, everything's dark and heavy and whatever, but the awareness that I am asking the questions like, what is this about? What am I supposed to get out of this? Versus just sitting in it for the heck of it. I mean, there are times when it's just so heavy you can't do anything. And I think that's like kind of the hardest part of the processing, because it's like, I want to do something, but I can't.
But you can't, right?
And so that's still processing.
It's still processing, because you still know it shall go away. What's the saying? It shall pass.
Too shall pass.
That's it. It shall pass. It's too shall pass. So you aware, that's it. And like I said, for you ladies, you are processing no matter what. When Jeremy is in drama, he's not processing. He's in drama. When Shelly is in drama, then it's processing, because Shelly will ask questions sooner or later when she wakes up from her surgery. Make sense? Yeah. Yeah. And yes, you can be 2 days, 3 days, sometimes a week in hell, basically. It's dark. My dark night of the soul, it was dark. And you could see, I couldn't even answer. Mary sent me text, I can't even text. Finally, I said, sorry, I can't do anything, but I was not here. And it was gloomy, it was nasty, it felt very bad. Also, I've observed it, and I've noticed it, so that's why I'm sharing with my personal experience. When sometimes I would start journaling, and it would all be diarrhea. Why my life is so hard? Oh, you name it. Oh, I had it all in my journal, right? So I'm whining, writing all this. And I started noticing, and it started getting less and less and faster, because as soon as I started doing it, I see, oh, I'm whining. What does it mean? So immediately I'm tired, and I'm writing, I'm so tired. I'm tired of this work. I'm tired of, you name it. I'm tired of my life. I'm tired of no change. You name it, everything. Even though change is over the roof, but oh no, I'm tired. Well, immediately now, before it took me some time to get to this moment. So I'm teaching you, so for you it will be faster, because you don't need to go through experiments like I did. It's just immediately I say, oh, this is the junk that we have inside. When tiredness comes up, it's the tiredness that you held inside. Now it's coming out. It's coming out from you. And when it's coming out, you start feeling it here. So that means rejoice, because it's coming out. That means it will go away. It's the wave of junk that was stored inside, and now it's ready to pop up. It's popping up because when you're surrounded by it, you're definitely processing it. So I said, okay, I got it. My processing started. That's how literally I say it. And I stop my journaling. I don't continue whining about it, because I know, okay, got it. Thank you. Do you see? So remember, if you start feeling like that, and journaling helps, because I have to journal. It's my way of communication with myself, getting information. So when I do it, I know immediately, yeah, it's right there. Okay, it came out. It's not me. It's not anything light. It's the darkness. So fine, we'll get over it. Yeah. So that's why I knew immediately when Lisa said, I'm sick, suddenly I wasn't sick. And again, here is another one. I wasn't sick all this time, suddenly I'm sick. You're not a muggle anymore, right? You don't say, oh, it happened because God sent me sickness, right? God gives us all bad stuff. Remember the muggle, God sends everything, punishes us. So, germs. Wow, I got the germ. Before I didn't, now I found it. My special germ. The one that liked me, like my frog, the toad. Yeah, so all of it is very clear. So when you know, and immediately when you know you're processing, you can calm down about it. It will go away. You just have to ask questions, maybe immediately, maybe later on. Sometimes you can't do it immediately because it's way too much, overwhelmed or angry. But you train yourself because it comes with practice, right, Melissa? Comes with practice that, I don't know, I can't help myself. I already said it. I just start looking, then of course, right? It's on my mind 100%, 24/7, literally, it is. So I don't know how you not ask questions, but I understand also you haven't done it for all your life. So you do train yourself. Remember, okay, what is it? What does it represent? Who is the surgeon? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So don't be afraid of any drama, because drama will be turned into opportunity for you because you're not muggles. Muggles are in trouble. That's their fault. Yeah. And it's good, Lisa, because also the physical body has to catch up in vibration. We're moving forward. It will be a new leg of the journey and it will be higher vibration. So you're catching up. That's why you're fighting it, because you're catching up. Amberlyn will watch this. She had a brilliant, I wish she could share, but she's not here. She had a brilliant, just brilliant talk with her husband, and she had a brilliant victory, just brilliant. What she told me, I was in awe, because for 2 times, she had to renew 2 times already. You guys had 1, she had 2. Shelly knows, Melissa knows, she started with me earlier. And she had, Lisa, if you think you got it hard, Amberlyn got it triple hard. She had husband to go against, but she also had her own stuff inside. So, and after this, to watch her, how after 2 times, how hard it was for her, and she did win it. And then this time she comes to the talk, the conversation, and she's like, I got the blessing. I got husband's blessing. And she's glowing all and happy, and she feels strong. And it's her victory, her brilliant victory. So Lisa, I'm trying to encourage you, because release is normal. I mean, the processing is normal, and it's a good thing. That means you're crossing over. If we just had talk here, mental, and no issues and no processing, you would not get results, right? Remember? If it were not hard for you guys, you would not report incredible results you all reported. So like your hardships, because they take you to the other side. Remember that chicken, my famous joke now by now. The chicken who said you are on the other road, on the other side. Yeah. Yeah. And Royal, by the way, is high self-worth. So when you see Royal track, it reminds you that all this BS talk of the serpent, I don't deserve it, is BS. We can translate if you want. We can say bullshit. Yeah. Okay, I think I've done the talk. Did I? Yeah. Hopefully helpful for everybody, because yeah, processing is an interesting thing. You have to know, and sometimes it sneaks up on you. You don't notice it. You just get angry and you think you muggle. You forget that you're not a muggle. Yeah. Okay, Mary, you look official today. What happened? You look, because I think it's a maroon, right? Or brown maroon, so pretty. Your hair matches yours.
Orange.
It's what?
It's a burnt orange. It's actually like, it's orange,
Huh.
but it's hard to see,
Uh-huh.
you know, because of the light. And I love your bright pink, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I don't want to start my story until Melissa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, let's do it. We have time today if you have time, because Shelly is not running to the gym. I hope everybody can stay, and Melissa.
I hope everybody can stay.
Yeah, Melissa and I are not having a session. We already had that brilliant idea and did the session prior. We used to do everything on Tuesdays because Melissa had day off. And when they took her day off, I said, Melissa, they will never give it back to you. She thought they would, but heck no. I know that because it happened to me at the college in Florida. I had day off on Wednesdays, and they didn't. When they took it away, that was it. Mine, for you to smile. Mine was more dramatic though, because my day off was taken away. You know why? Because my future husband came to that college as a teacher, right? They hired him. And he said, I'm not comfortable teaching English. He's very good at English, very good, but he's not a teacher of English. So he said, I'm not comfortable teaching English. Well, guess what? All the English from him, they gave to me. Because I was comfortable. Well, they didn't know whatever I was. I was working like my butt off, but I was the queen of English there, and that's how they took my day off, because they just gave me additional hours of English. Took whole time. It didn't matter anything else. Didn't increase the salary, but took my day off. That's it. Because he wasn't comfortable. Yeah, and then I married the guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine was not as dramatic by far. I don't know. What do I want to talk about? All right, I guess we'll go with the big story. So overall, so not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before, my dog has not been doing well for a while. And last week, Thursday, she like really wasn't doing well. And it was finally the realization of, okay, me thinking she has not had a good day in like months, if not a year. And it's not fair to hold on, even though she's doing okay. I know she wasn't like happy or thriving or anything. She's just kind of there. She has doggy dementia, and her eating kind of goes up and down, and she's just not doing well overall. On that Thursday, she was like not good at all. So I finally made the call to say, okay, I need to put her down. And initially, it was green light flow because the first person I called said, fine, this was a Thursday, she can come on Monday to do it. And that Monday was Labor Day. So all was well. I was already mentally preparing, say goodbye to my doggy, who represents the physical world. And Irina and I talked about it. She's connected to the body and all that. Okay. And then Sunday comes, and then the vet says she has to reschedule because she's not feeling well and she tested positive for COVID. So, but she.
Please speak up a little bit, Melissa.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So she tested for positive. She needs to reschedule. So we rescheduled for Thursday because she was like, her symptoms were mild and she was most likely going to recover quickly. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. It worked out. She refunded the special holiday fee. And then it also worked out because I had scheduled a photo shoot with my dog end of the month. that I thought was just I was gonna lose the money because, she wasn't gonna hang out that long. But I contacted the photographer and she said, let me reschedule and move stuff around. Hey, let's have the shoot on Wednesday. And so it worked out. Wednesday, on our way to the shoot, there was just a flood of FedEx trucks. Like I started driving, and then right as I got on the freeway, there were 3 of them. And I was like sandwiched between 2. And then as soon as they kind of branched off, another one came, and then another one. And I had 9 FedEx trucks within 30 minutes of driving. So that was pleasant. And then the photo shoot itself was pleasant. I wasn't sure what she was getting, but then, as Irina said, I was trying very hard not to cry because she ended up having time to edit a few of them while we were waiting to see Sarah take a rest. And so she put on the slideshow and she caught my dog's personality quite well. And I really loved the pictures that she got. So so it all worked out. She was lovely. We had a good time. I'm going to get some really good memories of her. But then in the next day, I kept wondering, why did I have to do this photo shoot? This is not something I would have done. I would have just printed photos that I had, right? And just put them up on the wall later. And then I realized the day after, oh, I had to do this in a way to kind of, I don't want to use memorialize, but honor the part of her that she represented for me. Because, my surgery was all about anger with a female and the physical world and the mother and all that entailed. And my dog represents that as well to an extent. It's okay, I'm obviously not angry anymore, but I am still saying goodbye to that part. So that's why we did the photo shoot, and that's why it all worked out to do that. Some resistance still continued because the original reschedule for Thursday did not happen. But that's okay, because that's when we had Irina and I were able to do our session and clean up some more. And as soon as that was done yesterday, I got the call, hey, my vet's finally feeling better and let's do it on Sunday, tomorrow. So I've had
Let's stop there. Hold the thought, okay? Everyone, muggles will miss this important knowledge. That's how it works. Once you had the processing done, immediately things clear. Do you see? We had the session. After that, she got the call. Before the session, everything was on hold because we needed whatever last pass, and we were stuck in that session. Literally, sometimes we get stuck, but then it happens. It just whatever we had to go through. So, but then immediately things clear. So every time in life you get, here is an example. I got many examples like that. I got a bill. So Amelia and I were at the doctor's office for Amelia's annual exam. I only take her for that because of athletics. She needs the paperwork for a swim team. So she had blood work done, and they told me that they would code it specific way that it will be covered by insurance. And then I get the bill, $400 bill for her blood work. And of course it triggers you, right? If you would get a bill that you did not expect, because I agreed to blood work because she's healthy. She doesn't need it, but the doctor said, okay, let's do it. it will be covered. We said, okay, let's do it. First time, she never had blood drawn before. She wanted to experience it. Okay, well, yeah, she never had any vaccination, so she is needle free on all her life. And so the first, that's why, not whatever. The picture is, I got the bill. So how do you behave, right? You got the bill, and I know I will pay the bill no matter what. I will pay it. Usually, that's how I function. I will not pay something, but it's $400 for what? Because it wasn't an agreement. So immediately, and I already know, so it didn't affect me that much, but it could affect you if you don't notice this. That's why I'm teaching you this, right? So when you get something like this, immediately notice how you triggered. I was triggered and I said, okay, what is it all about? It was about, I don't trust. How can I trust the physical world of the doctor? Physical world, right? Doctor's body told me one thing. Oh, no, it will be covered by insurance. You fine. You can do it. You should do it. And then I get the bill, which means there was no word kept. How can I trust? So I knew I cannot trust. Once I got the insight, remember, the truth will set you free. I never understood it before, what Jesus Christ means, and I'm sure majority of people do not understand it. What he meant by that, now I know from experience. What he meant by that, when you know what's inside, what issue you have inside, it will set you free. Meaning, as soon as you get awareness of the issue, specific wording, remember specific wording of what your belief is, that's it, it's going. You don't need to do homework. You don't need to do anything. You got it, it's out. That's how easy it is, except you have to feel the feeling around it, but that's prior usually. And so I got triggered by the bill. I experienced the feeling. Feeling is unfair. The world is unfair. They promised and they didn't deliver. How can I trust? I got all this. I released that night. The next morning, I called the doctor's office. I said, you didn't code it right. They said, no worries, we'll change it. That's it. I didn't hear from them anymore. It cleared because I got the issue right. So if your drama does not clear immediately, you didn't get the issue right. Or sometimes the lesson is bigger. I can't say every single thing will be like that's easy, because for some lessons I needed 5 years. For some lesson with my husband, I needed 13 years, right? So it depends on what issue. But usually when things like that happen, everyday occurrences, right? We have unexpected. I've got a lot like this. I am very peculiar about bills. I do not jinx, cancel, no jinxing, right? I will not put up with any late fees because I pay, even if I don't have the money, I'll manifest it, but I'll pay it on time, which I've done all my life. So, and then I would get a late fee for something. Oh, that would trigger me in the past. How I am so conscientious about it and late fee. But I would get the issue out and it would be cleared. They would get rid of it, you know, how forgive, whatever, doesn't matter how they do it, but it clears like that. So remember, everything that happens, it will trigger you. Welcome that triggering, because you need to figure out what is it I'm feeling, what is it about. The truth will set you free. You will sleep overnight, it will be cleared. The next day you will, the drama outside or whatever that outside bothered you, it will clear by itself. You don't need to fight it. When you fight it, let's say I could fight. That day I could call and fight and be angry about it, right? The bill, 400, I'm not paying. Or I could stir myself up severely and I say, I'm not paying. I did not have any of it. Because, well, obviously I know what's going on and I know how it will clear. If I got the issue right, it will clear. Yeah, makes sense? Good thing to know, right? It just, again, it's everyday awareness. It's everyday application. That's how we control our world. The world does not control us anymore. Yeah, it brings us stuff because it's our karma. Bad things happen to good people. Now you know why. Karma is your own karma. You'll bring yourself your stuff. But then how you deal with it distinguishes you from the muggles. The muggles will go crazy about the bill. They will go crazy. You know what I'm talking about, right? People would get angry, would fight, blah, blah, blah. Or as a mystic, the truth will set me free. Remember Jesus and do the work. Process it. Yep. So that's what Melissa, her comment inspired the whole speech again. It was about how she said the next immediately right up. We had it so many times, right, Melissa? In 5 years, in 5.5 years or 6 years already, I don't know, I lost count. We had a lot of stuff like that. After the session, things happen. Stacy has a lot of those. Remember her famous story when her business deal, the transaction, real estate transaction, was not going to happen because that woman wrecked her credit report. And credit report takes, Lisa, how long? 2 months, 40 days to clear, right? Usually. And that's what they said. They didn't know that she wrecked her credit report or credit history, whatever, and she didn't tell them, whatever. So the transaction was about to be dropped and couldn't happen. And then we did the session. Guess what? Right after the session, Stacy got the call. We were celebrating that. Stacy got the call, and they say, guess what? They clearing it. Something miraculous happened. They cleared it off very fast, and everything went through, and she closed on the house. Just after the session, she got the call. And before the session, she didn't get any calls. And before the session, it would be 40 days to process. And I don't say it's a session. I'm not saying it's a session, but what do we do during the session? We process. So when you know how to, and what do I teach in class? How to process. So when we process it, the truth will set you free. Things will clear up fast and easy. Oh my gosh, it's usually easy. When I call the next day, before it would be, I would be on hold for 100 years. Then it would be the wrong number. You know, it would be red tape. Here it was boom, boom, boom. I called to Sonoran Lab. Then I called the office, doctor's office. It was like that, easy. I didn't need, and I called the person. I had the person on the phone I wanted to talk to because I know her for all these years. We've been at that office. So everything was easy in green light and cleared up easily and smoothly. That's why I'm so passionate about this. Yeah. I don't know if you hold the thought or you already lost the thought. Sorry, Melissa, but I had to interject that.
No, I think that was it for the Zara story until tomorrow. And then the only other sign really is when I got into the office, I checked my phone. It had updated itself overnight. So something I should did, updated, and that's it.
Oh my MG. I will not tell whole story because we are still going to Mary's story, but I have to tell you what I got. We were in session with Melissa.
Oh, yeah.
I was in session with Melissa. Right at the beginning, and I usually don't check text, obviously. I'm not sitting there checking text during our sessions, right? But somehow it popped up and I saw it. I just turned and I saw that the Queen died. And guess who told me that? My friend from London. She lives in Great Britain. And she told me from the first hands, right? Like, oh, we're in shock. She died. So I said, Melissa, the Queen died. We talked about that and we proceeded with the session. What is Queen Elizabeth about? The Great Britain, right? Okay. After the session with Melissa, what did I receive? You are not going to believe it. Melissa, were you shocked when I sent you the picture, right?
I was giggling inside.
Yeah. Where is it? Of course. Aha, here. I received 2 emails. Here is the proof. You don't have to read. I'll tell you, but here is the proof. I received 2 emails. 2 emails. I received 2 tickets. Irina, thank you for your purchase. Schneps Farms. Your ticket for hometown 4th at Schnepp Farms on July 4th, 2019. Tickets. I touched of you your ticket here. 2019. I bought a ticket to go to. We all went to fireworks on the 4th of July. I received it right after the session with Melissa. 2 of them, 2 emails saying, here's your ticket. 2019. Before COVID. And when I saw it, I'm like, OMG, because what is 4th of July? It's independence from Great Britain. And who died? The Queen. Independence. The Queen is out. That's it. No more Queen inside. No more ego inside. Ego died. And you get this? Did you get 2019 tickets ever in 2022 at the end? And it's not even July, it's September. And it was right after the session. I checked, I don't know why, well, I guess it's a habit already. I just checked my email right after the session and here they were. I said, Melissa, I had to call you. I had to call her again and say, you won't believe it, what happened. Crazy. Yeah. So we thought we were stuck, but we were not because obviously things were happening. That's another thing. You think you're stuck, but actually you're working on it and it happens. And then you get signs. And how would I know? If we didn't know about signs, how would we know it? So the signs show, and then you start feeling differently, but the signs, that's how you know that you've changed. Crazy, right? That's crazy. Yeah. Melissa, anything else? Yeah. Okay. Mary, all yours.
Okay, everybody, want you to join in because we're going to go on a little show. Okay.
Okay.
So way back, we all decided that we were going to have a change in our life, right? Like we all made a decision and we all pretty much saw each other and we just kind of ran into each other and it's like, something has to change. Something's going to give. So we all got swooped up like a tornado and dropped into the Wizard of Oz. And here we're all Dorothy except Irina.
Yeah, I don't know who I am anymore, right?
So the first thing that we crashed into was the Scarlet Witch. Shelly took her out. Whole house dropped on her. Boom. And we're like, what? What are we doing? How do we get it? I didn't have gingham. So I tried to dress kind of scarecrowish. That's all I got. And it's like, what are we doing here? I don't know, but it's going to be big, right? Like we're going to be going through a huge transformation.
So you're talking about our journey, right?
Yes.
The class. Okay.
Yes. Our 6 months together, right? And so I kept seeing lions everywhere. And it's like, what is this? And I did. And I was like, no, it's not a Muggle lion. It's a real lion. They were following me and chasing me. Why? Because we need to have courage. Right? We all need to have courage to be here. And so Lisa was my first partner in crime. And I explained to her all the different things that the lion meant.
For Melissa to understand, Melissa, they were divided into body calls. Well, we had 4 people, so it was perfect. Lisa was with Mary, and Shelley was
Shelley
with
and Amberlynn.
Amberlynn.
So we had partners to help, you know, just kind of go together. And so then, you know, our courage was able to join us. And as we're going onto the path, here's Melissa and Stacy and all the people saying, yay, cheers, you can do it. You can make it to the Oz. You can make it to Emerald City. You can do it. You can do it. And then here comes Irina, our witch, right? From the north or the south, whichever. She's in pink, so you're in pink, so it works.
Oh,
you
good.
for showing
Good.
up in
I'm
pink.
glad I wear pink
And
today.
she comes flying down and she was like, all you ever need is to just follow this path. Just follow the golden path. And it's like, okay, so we're off. And as we hit all the flying monkeys come after us like, no, Reagan, they're coming after everything. They represent everything that wanted us to not make it, everything that wanted to block us from our path, and how destructive it was. And Dominic is Toto, by the way. I realized he's Toto. And so he is in the basket. He didn't know he was going along, but he was a part of it.
He
so
didn't know he was
have a
going
choice.
along, that's
Right.
for sure.
He didn't know. So he's coming. And so that's like, we had to go through then the dark forest. And I remember Amberlynn just sitting there like, I can't breathe. And that's the Tin Man. Like, there was the body form, but there was something missing. Like, where's like the heart, right? And I kept seeing hearts everywhere, and there's a heart behind Lisa. And so there's always the heart. Like, how do we have that feeling, right? Our feeling body, right? We have the courage and we're there. And it's like, well, how do we feel things? It feels empty inside. Now it feels empty. How do we do this? But it's okay because we're together and the path is still golden and we can still see it. No matter what's coming, we can still see it. And then we hit all the sunflowers, right? Kept seeing sunflowers everywhere. And at one point, Irina says, I wonder if sunflower should be the 4th chakra. Remember? Because it's like home.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, oh, look at all these pieces. And then we're seeing rainbows everywhere, right? And what happens when you get into the Wizard of Oz and everything? Everything's in color. Everything was in black and white until we decided to go on the journey, because we made that choice to just see how big and bright and magical everything can be. So even as we're fighting everything, and here comes the Wicked Witch. Yeah, I can't believe you took out the Scarlet Witch. Like, she is my sister. And she's mad, and she's green, and she's dark, and she has warts, just like the toad that keeps chasing Irina everywhere. But we see her, and it's like, I'm gonna get you and your little dog too. No, you're not. Resistance. That's all you are, is resistance. You're our resistance. Your resistance to us being on the path. You don't want us to make it. That's all you are. You're our processing. That's what you are. And every time we make another step, you show back up. But it's okay, because now we see you. And it's all right. And it's going to be good. And we're coming through the path. And this is our 6th month, guys. I love you. And we got all the gold and shining, right? Gold, we keep seeing gold and royalty coming up. And everything is just bright in our path. And everybody's seeing more signs. That means we're getting close to the Emerald City, right? We're going to get there. And then we even go to Kansas and saying, by the way, you're going to be here in the future. Oh, so we're actually doing it right. Right? And then as we're coming in, and by the way, I go to Florida take Dominic there, and I drive up the coastline. I am in nothing but Emerald City. Every single city I go to is part of the Emerald Isle. Every single city. It was all in speckled green. Everywhere I went, I was like, oh my gosh, this is Oz. And then I had taken this picture, and Shelly's like, what does that mean? The hot air balloons? And it was the sidewalk chalk. And in the middle was golden color, and the sides were black and white. And then the center was full in color, and there was wheat drawn onto it on the backside. And in the middle of this, and we're getting like close, we know we're getting to Oz. And Irina somehow comes up with the scarecrow. I don't know why it has sunflowers around it, but it was the scarecrow is the last piece that we needed, which is the mind. So the last thing that's going to stop us from getting to the wizard is our mind. Like that's our last battle. And that's our resistance, and that's our dark night. And it's saying, you can't make this. This journey's not worth it. You don't need to be here. Blah, 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 blah. That's what that is. So we're like, nope, that's not actually what our mind is for. Our mind is also able to say the words, I don't need the resistance. I love and accept my resistance. And I'm here. It doesn't matter. And look, here's Michael, like all just showing up because he loves the end of the story. Like he's like, yay. So we needed the scarecrow. He was the last one that we needed. So it made perfect sense. And Irina kept flying back in, and she's like, you guys can do it. You guys can do it. And I'll kid you guys not. I told you how much I hated Kansas, right? I hate Kansas until I went this last time. I actually found how much I liked it. And then the sunflowers and how it was, I was like, you know, mic drop, like, holy cow, right? This is what it is. So, and just so you know, like we were robbed in Kansas, broke down in Kansas, clothes melted in Kansas. We watched a hotel collapse in Kansas City. It's like one of like, hate Kansas. But that's all representative in a sense of like our body.
The past.
Yeah. And so to be able to see it now new, right, is like, holy cow. And so as I'm going through the Emerald Isle and you guys are with me, I put you on my iPad and took you guys outside to see the beach and the ocean. We were in the Emerald Isle all together. So we all made it to Oz. And then we had class on Wednesday, and Irina says, would you guys all like to come and join me again? And she said, Mary, how do you know that you just want to do this? Well, because she was the nice witch in pink. And she said, all you have to do is click your heels together and say, what? There's no place like home.
Oh.
There is no place like home. Where the sunflowers are. And it's funny. So that's why it was easy to answer that. Because we accepted our sunflower as home. So that's the whole little fun story.
Oh. When did you realize this story? Because last time you got so excited.
I know,
right?
and I told you, I was like, I can't say anything else.
How
Well,
did it come to you?
Well, I realized all of it together, even passing the sign for we're here with you in Kansas. Like we passed the sign that had Dorothy and Lion and the Tin Man, you know, and especially when you got the scarecrow. Because you got specifically the scarecrow, the big balloon with the sunflowers.
Right.
And it was the sunflowers recognized, but then there was also that. And you went through Dark Night of the Soul. And that's what that would represent to me in this story, right? Is that battle, the battle with the mind, because the scarecrow's the brain. So you had to do it and accept it in order to get home. Does that make sense? And I had a whole big battle yesterday.
You
And
have.
yesterday, yes. And so this morning I was jumping up and down, but I can't because I hit my head on the ceiling fan. So I love it. Except my resistance like that. And I'm telling my story. So I had this mug for years and years and years and years and years because, like I told you, I hated Kansas. So there was only one thing that I liked in Kansas, and this is how I knew that Dominic was Toto. Because at one point, Toto jumps out of the basket, right? To go take off and go do what he's going to do. So he burned his feet because the witch caught him. Then he was like, well, I probably shouldn't do that again, right? And we get Toto back. But I had this mug. It was the only thing I ever kept from Kansas. And it said, Dear Dorothy, hate Oz, took the shoes, find your own way home. And I was like, oh, we have to find our own way home. That was the point of us being on the path. Yeah. So there's no place like home. And it like all came together. And I was like, oh, that's us. Anyway, that's my story.
Very cool. Very cool.
Thank you, Shelly, for coming in hot, taking out the Scarlet Witch, right? I was like,
Yeah, Shelly,
"Aw."
your honesty helped a lot. when you
Yes.
said, I'm a Scarlet Witch. That was good.
And Lisa was my first lion because all the lions. And then I was like, well, yeah, look how pretty her hair is and everything. Yep. And I just know that Amberlynn's like, I can't breathe. Like she felt stiff, like she couldn't. And I was like, oh, so the Tin Man, like you just feel like that body and stuck. And where's my heart? But we were all going to find it anyway because we just had to do it together.
I don't know if I ever tell you, but this is what actually Mary did. First of all, Mary looked back in hindsight on the journey, like we always do. We always look in hindsight, and because that's the only time we see the whole lesson and what were we doing and why we were there, right? Because when we're in the middle, we don't know. But when we're like this, we know. It's one. The second point, she compared everyone, she gave everybody a role. And she said, Lisa means this, Shelly means this, Irina means this. And it's true because we're here in the group and we represent different parts to each other. So it's nothing bad or offensive or anything in our circle here now, safe container, to know that, okay, what does Melissa represent to me? What does Shelly represent to me? What does Mary? What do I represent to you, right? And what I do is when I think this way, I say, okay, what's the prevalent issue the person is working on? So it's not like, oh, I'm not taking your personality to look at, right? I'm taking on what issue you are struggling with or what issue you're working on. What is it that came up? And that's what you represent to me. Does it make sense? Anyone? Is it a new concept or not so much anymore? Yeah, because when you look at the world, it will be so much easier when you say, okay, this represents me to me, this person represents this. Don't tell them about it. We could say it to each other because we know it's not anything about the person. Melissa heard it a million times by now. It's not about the actual person. It's about what they represent to us. It's not about actual person. We don't know about actual person. We only see what we project. So what you see with each person, what you project on that person, you see it in yourself because that's the reflection. The person reflects. We are reflecting back at each other, different parts of us. We have a village inside, community. We have different parts and we deal with different parts. So that's why when you're done with some part, you might lose a friend. You might lose somebody who, like even Shelley said, there was a couple, we were at the store, right? Remember Safeway? Was it Safeway you told us? And do you want to say it? Remind us? When you said,
my friend that I ran into at Target.
at Target.
And she had just moved to Payson with her kids. We were very, very close. Like our 3 kids were the same ages, my 3 older kids, the same ages and sex. And so we were like family, and like that was the only family that we let have like sleepovers. And then somehow she moved to Payson and it really dropped off. And then I just had Jem. She was maybe like 2 weeks old. And I ran into her at Target and it was just so awkward. It was like putting opposite magnets together. And I don't know what it was. Like, and now I know what it was. But at the time I was just like, this is so weird. Like, anyway. So yeah, the vibration didn't match, and we keep in touch like here and there. How are you doing? Like, nothing deep. So but I don't feel sad about it either. So
Right.
It's okay. Yeah.
Right. It's okay because it's not, you didn't separate when you were still matching. You separated when you're not matching anymore because of that. Yeah. And it will be a lot in life. Get ready for that. Yeah. What, Mary?
I also thought all of us as Dorothy, and that we had to accept the lion and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow.
Absolutely.
That lion was our body and the courage, and the Tin Man was our heart, and we had to accept that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then the last one being the Scarecrow is the mind, was to accept our thoughts and our resistance, because that's,
Right. Well, not the heart. I could, you know what? This is
the
absolutely
feeling
great.
body, I mean.
The feeling body.
Yes.
Yeah, because the heart is, Dorothy is the live stream. Dorothy is the one who is on the journey. But by the way, it reminded me, I had announcements. Do not leave without my announcements, okay? Because I will have a list. You're going to watch, the homework for you ladies is to watch Prince of Persia. Melissa is smiling. Sons of Time. Prince of Persia, Sons of Time. Who didn't watch it? Mary, did you watch Prince of Persia?
No, but I wrote it down the other morning as like, remember I told you like Prince came through, and then I knew it was Prince of Persia. Then I was like, oh, there's Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. I'm supposed to watch this. There's something in this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to watch it.
I
Shelley?
have a question. I have not seen it. Is it like a Grail quest?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Um,
It's our quest. It's what we do.
okay. I've
Yeah.
had those signs lately.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to watch it.
Many people, as I've heard, many people didn't like it. We don't care about that because I watched it 10 times. I keep watching over and over and over the last 6 minutes or so because the end is absolutely amazing. Well, in my opinion, because, I watch from the spiritual perspective. I don't care about battle. I don't care about, it's a lot of fighting. At least it's, well, whatever. I don't care about that. But spiritual perspective, I watched it over 10 times in the last 10 days. So yes, sometimes I watch 3 times during the night or 2 times during the night because I was processing. When I process stuff, I watch the movie and that's how I help myself. So that's why you do need to watch that movie with a spiritual perspective in mind. And now you trust me that I recommend good movies, right? So now you're not afraid. And of course, Lisa has another homework. She hasn't watched Matrix. She got lost through the cracks. I could not believe it. But we could discuss Matrix because is a must as well. We never talked about it. But first Prince of Persia, well, Matrix as well. You can have Matrix as well. Just the first one. You don't need to watch all of them. Just the first one. The first one is the one that we need. Yeah. And so back to the Wizard of Oz. So the Dorothy is the live stream. She's the female. And that's what I realized in Prince of Persia. Tamina, who is the princess, she didn't go through the journey alone. Or he didn't go through Dastan, the prince. He didn't go through the journey alone. They went together. And they were stabbing each other first. She was stabbing him a lot in the back. Well, she tried to kill him too. So she lied and she did all kinds of things. So they were together on a journey. And then they got in the middle of the journey, they got together, meaning they started liking each other and then they understood each other, blah, blah, blah. So it's a perfect example how we do it because Dorothy was on a journey, but she was on the journey with 3 guys because she needed to accept them and they needed to accept her. That's how they got together. So we did get 3 people, right? I mean, 3 creatures. The lion, the body, the scarecrow, the brain, the mental body. The Tin Man is the feeling body because he couldn't feel. And Dorothy is the live stream without the throne. And they needed to get home into the heart, into Sunflower. So of course they were showing to her parts. So on the journey, she was dealing with her demons, with her monkeys, whatever, all of that, all the issues. Plus she had to restore the scarecrow, and everybody else. And that's the Prince of Persia showing. Prince of Persia is our journey. If you remember that when you watch it, you'll be amazed what you will see. Cool? Are you excited about it? I hope you are. Melissa wasn't, but then she liked it, right? You liked it afterwards. I got my I told you so moment. Remember, I collect I told you so after movies because, to try to make Melissa watch a movie, I had to be very persuasive. So that's how we started. I told you so because I said, well, you need to remember that in the future. Because every time I say, Melissa, a movie, she's like, I don't want to watch. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Do you have Mary? Thank you. That was a great story and a very good metaphor. You really put it all together, put it in a story. Yeah. Anybody else who wants to say something? I'll tell. I'm not telling you a lot. I had a lot, but some things I could tell you. We still have time? Do we have time? Everyone who wants to run away? How much time do you have, Melissa? Well, you can run anytime, but
10-ish minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
Well, you can leave anytime. So everybody has time. Okay. So the first one. Okay, here is something is a teaching point and a funny story and a teaching point. This is how manifestation happens. Many years ago in Florida, I was teaching at the college. So here I am sitting. I had few hours between 2 classes. I had a window and I was sitting doing my stuff, whatever, in my office. And suddenly, so I'm peaceful. I'm not thinking about anything, but I already knew we were about to leave the place. Nobody knew about it, but I already knew because Todd and I had plans. We would marry, he got the orders, so he got enlisted, and we knew that we would be leaving that place, the college. And we were going to California. So I knew I needed an outfit for an interview. I wanted a new outfit for an interview. And that's all at that time. I just wanted it. Okay, well, didn't do anything about it, just wanted it. And then one day, so I'm sitting during that moment, and suddenly some force, I didn't think about it. I didn't get any calls. I didn't get any, and I didn't make calls at that time. I didn't know about it. So I didn't hear anything, but some force picked me up and made me run. I left the college. The college was next to Orange Blossom Trail Mall in Orlando. So I ran to the mall from the college at that moment. I had no idea why I was doing it. There was no idea, there was no intention, anything. I was just sitting quietly. The other minute I'm going to the mall, which usually didn't happen like that. So, but I was going with intent. No, it wasn't deliberate intent. It was determination. I was just watching myself, what I was doing, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm running like this, just going, entered the mall, ran through the whole, you know how, who knows? I don't know what entrance I took. I just took the entrance, and somehow I knew where to go. It's like some force was guiding me, which I didn't know about, but I knew I had to go there. That's all I knew. So I went through very fast in a very deliberate way, right? I went through the whole mall from one side to the other side, got to the second floor on elevator, just run very fast and stopped. And there was a rack in the middle of the floor. It wasn't even the department. You know how there is it's Dillard's. I went to Dillard's, I forgot to say. Because Dillard's was my favorite store of all times. I always shopped at Dillard's previously. Now I shop at TJ Maxx. But Dillard's was my store. And so I went to Dillard's, but then it's not any department. It's just right next to the elevator. You know how it's just, there is a space there. If you go to any department store, there elevator, there are departments, but there is a space which has no anything. It's just space, right? Do you imagine? Can you imagine? So in that space, that is in the middle of nowhere, just in front of the elevator, a rack. There is one rack. And on that one rack, there is one outfit. This outfit was perfect size, was my size. It was Tahari, which I absolutely love. The outfit had been my favorite out of all the many years I had until I couldn't have it anymore. It was green, which I never wear green, but it was very light green, which was so complimentary to my skin. I mean, it was a perfect outfit, and it was an expensive outfit. The discounted tag was $46. It was a jacket. At that time, I wore all official jacket and skirt. So it was perfect for an interview at another place. $46. So do you see the magnificence of the situation? Right? I was sitting without thinking, without anything. I followed the guidance. I didn't question the guidance. I didn't say, are you crazy? What are you doing? Why are you going to the mall? And then where in the mall? I could analyze myself to death, then I wouldn't go anywhere. But I just let myself do it, and I ran, and I got straight to, I didn't even go, I didn't deviate. I went straight to that rack, and that rack had one outfit, and it was my outfit. And I bought it, and then I bought the second one, but the second one already wasn't the Miracle Manifest. So it was still good, but I got it as a full price, so it was just additional because my ego said I need two. But actually, I needed one for that interview, and it happened. Do you feel it? Do you understand it was a miracle? It was divine guidance personified? Yes or no? That's crazy, right? It did happen. And it happened so many times, right? It's just the only one story I'm telling you. Okay. So the same story happened yesterday, which is on the surface, it doesn't seem as profound as my outfit, but it's actually more profound than the outfit. Outfit was just to show, it was a sign. Yes, I'm going to finish this lesson here in Florida and I'm leaving. And there were many more signs, but that was big thing, right? It also helped me because I needed the outfit and I didn't have much money. So it was perfect. $46 for an outfit. Tahari. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And it was gorgeous. It was so gorgeous. Right? Okay. So I've been wanting to go to LA Fitness for like many years since they built it, because I used to be a member for many years. Amelia swam with me when I was pregnant. I was at the pool all the time swimming at LA Fitness in San Diego. And so, well, they built it. I never did join because COVID hit. We moved all the stuff and I would have just the pool. Why would I go anywhere? So suddenly the desire intensified. And of course, the frog helped. I couldn't make myself go back to see the toad, my friend Toad. Yesterday, by the way, a frog hopped in front of my car in the rain on Pima, 25 miles an hour. Good, I didn't hit it. It was hopping right in front of me. Thank you. Another frog, but it was small. So anyway, suddenly, so I decided, okay, let me call. I was not going to call. I called. I talked to the salesperson. I got all the information. Okay. Then I was not going anywhere. Amelia says, let's go to Starbucks. It's basically, we don't go much far. Okay, Starbucks is out, time out with Amelia. Okay, let's go. I said, let's stop by at LA. We stopped by. We got the tour. Got excited. Amelia wants to join too. She's not right now. She's in swim team, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then Amelia went to Todd's house and I'm sitting at home doing whatever. And it's 7:00 p.m. and it's raining outside. No, I didn't know it was raining. And so suddenly I'm calling LA Fitness because I'm calling LA Fitness asking, how is the pool? Is it busy right now? Because I needed to figure out, will it be busy? No, it's dead. Nobody's there. No kidding. Yeah, weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the dead time. Then nobody's there. No kidding. Yeah, come over anytime right now. I said, no, I'm not coming today. I'll wait. The minute later, a force gets me. I'm going to the gym. I am driving out and there is rain. So I know raining is a good sign, definitely good sign. That's cleansing, purification, right? Good stuff. So here I am driving in the rain. It's interesting, right? For us, driving in the rain. Wow, in Arizona in the desert. Yes, it's a big thing for us. Okay. Got to the gym and say, okay, let's activate my 3-day pass. Here is the sign of, again, teaching point. Always, every story I have, there is a teaching point. Remember this. Every time something like this happens, you know it's a divine setup. I was drawn to the gym, right? I came to the gym, empty pool, come and enjoy yourself, right? And I didn't even activate my pass. They gave me free time. They won't let you liability wise if you don't activate anything, right? Usually at the gym, if you go to the gym, you know that. So the woman said, well, it's late right now. Just enjoy the pool and activate it later, next time. So that was divine setup, that I came to the pool, invited to come. There are no people, plus no even pass. Just come and do it. And I did. There is jacuzzi and the pool all to myself and the shower. Oh, I was just, oh, that was so great. Well, you know I love the pool, so it's been my heaven. And I was like, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. Okay, so came back, still raining. Okay. And I'm thinking, what the heck just happened? I did not plan on it. I did not think about it. It just made me, that force that got me the outfit, the same force made me call, made me have a tour, made me call again, made me come to the pool, let me free. Not that it matters much, it's just one day, but the point is it's a divine setup. I'm seeing it as a sign, right? So I'm looking at it from the spiritual perspective. It was given to me it's like a miracle. Make sense, right? Do you see that? Okay. And then I said, oh, now I know what it means. Yes, and I'm planning to join because my time here is over. I do not want to swim with a frog anymore. I'm happy to see frog behind Mary right there, her picture of the frog. I saw it right there, but please no swimming. I got so traumatized. I'm swimming in the LA Fitness looking for a frog around me. That is bad. I hope I'm not traumatized for life. I need therapy for that. So anyway, anybody, any comment? Why do you think I'm so excited? I know it's a difficult question right now because I've been on the path. I know what I'm talking about, but any just guess?
Well, it sounds like you said some force was like moving you to do it, and it's a divine setup. So it's like Mighty I Am presence is just like, come on, let's go. We're gonna do this. And you just were like, okay, I'm along for the ride.
For sure. But why?
Because you allowed it, you surrendered to it.
For sure, but why? And what exactly? Mighty I Am presence. I don't know if Mighty I Am, well, if I really wanted the gym, yeah, I would definitely get into the gym, yeah. But why did it happen this way?
Because you wanted it to.
For sure, but there is more to it. There is deeper meaning. There is a spiritual meaning. Remember, I'm not talking about just the gym. I would not be telling you the story if it were just the gym. Although it's a good story, right? I mean, I was brought like it was green light flow for sure.
It was a desire that you had. So I don't know what the spiritual lesson is.
Yeah. Okay, that's for sure. What you said, everything is true. Yes. Mary?
I think you're gonna move.
Move? Move where?
I think you're gonna move. Like you graduated, like you're no longer with the toad. So you're moving, so you're moving.
Well, you are absolutely right. I'm crossing over. And that's what I'm telling you. Well, there is a story preceding this. I was going to share it. It's longer story. Maybe I'll share next time. So just bear with me right now. I'll tell you the conclusion. There is a story about it with the science, everything, what I've been doing all this time, right? But the conclusion of it, what I realized while at the gym and looking at how it all happened was, okay, remember what we do? We ask, what does the gym represent? Obviously, I didn't go there just because of my human desire per se, like a muggle. That's what I mean. I didn't go there just as a muggle. Muggles go there to join the gym. Why did I join the gym? I didn't join yet. I am about to, because we didn't finish yet. Tomorrow is we're in the closure. Do you see how we're talking about the closure again? We didn't plan on it somehow, right? Today wasn't really, I didn't say, oh, it's a closure or some whatever, but it is. Wednesday was closure, but somehow it's a closure. For Melissa, it will be tomorrow closure. For us, everybody as well, we are all in the same place. Lisa is her closure is through all this stuff, sickness and everything. For everybody, it's a closure. For Shelly, it's a closure. I mean, it is. Okay, so the gym represents the physical world, the body. The gym is about the body. Nobody goes there to do spiritual work except Irina. And nobody knows about it except Irina. That Irina is doing spiritual work at the gym, right? While swimming. So that's one. It's about the physical world. I am about to join the physical world. And I told the guy I will do it in a few days. I don't know why. I just said it. But I know why. Because the previous has to finish what physical world I am joining. It's the body. It's the physical world. To get out into the world. I am coming out of the desert. Melissa, listen, right? Because Melissa is doing the same. We're finishing the desert. And now we are allowed, or the gate is open to join the world again, because we've been secluded. We were not in the physical world, as you know perfectly well. So now in few days, when it's all over inside, when everything died, what needed to die, ego died, the queen died, a big ego there. It's a personality. She doesn't represent anything else. She represents the ego. But here is the catch. Here is the catch. Not only I am joining the physical world, so I'm about to leave and Melissa is going to the physical world. What else? I told the guy I'm only interested in the pool. And I am. I'm only interested in the pool, maybe yoga classes, but nothing else. So what is the pool? What does it represent? It's water. I am interested in jacuzzi very much. So it's it's water. What is water? Spiritual consciousness. While gym is the physical consciousness, Egypt material world, the pool represents the spiritual. That's why not many people like the pool. Many people go to the gym just to do the physical work, but they don't want to be in the water because it's a spiritual consciousness. So what that means is we will be, when we on the journey. What journey? To leave Egypt. All of you are on the journey to leave Egypt, to leave the gym. I used to be in the gym before. I left it, right? So to be there. Then we're crossing the street like a chicken, crossing the road to the other side. It's the desert. And then we have to get back into the world, like Neo in the Matrix. He came back in the world, right? In the Matrix. Remember at the end of the movie, the first one? He was in a booth, telephone booth, telling the Matrix creators that he's here. Do you remember that? But he was not a slave of the Matrix anymore. Lisa will know soon, hopefully. Oh, you will watch the Matrix. I'll make sure of it, Lisa. Don't even think to escape anymore. So it's already different capacity. I am joining the physical world, but I will not be in the physical world. I will be in a spiritual consciousness. This is where we're going. This is the home. And here is the confirmation. I didn't come to it as a just like that. There was signs preceding. I started seeing vans everywhere. Van. I never pay attention to vans. I never care about the van. It's an oversized car I could care less about. Suddenly, for a few days, I've been seeing van after van after van after van. Yesterday at Starbucks, I could not believe my eyes. There was a grand van, huge, gorgeous Mercedes van, expensive. You can see that, the leather seats, oh my gosh. And the woman was sitting in the driver's seat and her window was open. So I said, wow, that's a grand van. She said, thank you. So I even commented, I even gave her a compliment because that van was incredible. And I've never seen such a thing before. It's Mary is teaching me about cars. So here we go. I noticed the car, the big grand van. And I said, okay, what does a van mean to you? I've been seeing vans. Why? And I saw this grand van. Okay, you can't be any clearer. You have to understand what the van is. So I said, what does a van mean to me? A van means big family. Because if you have 5 kids, right, or 6 kids or 7 kids, you need a van, right? You need the big car to put them all together. And so to me, that's big family. Why am I seeing vans? Because I'm switching the family. What family? Tell me, who knows what family am I switching? You're going to do the same. Melissa is doing the same. Stacy is doing the same. Everybody. So what family do we have to switch? Unmute.
Instead of the physical family, like the whole ascended family?
Yes, the family of darkness versus the family of light. Light takes care of their own. Remember, the family of light, but you don't just get into that because light is a spiritual consciousness. Darkness is a physical consciousness. So that's why I got so excited about LA Fitness, because it's just a representation that it's actually happening. It's happening that, and if I'm doing it, you're doing it with me, whatever time frame it is, one sooner or later, but we are on the same path, right? Obviously. So it's switching from the family of the darkness, material consciousness, into the spiritual consciousness. When you in the Muggle world, fully functioning in the Muggle world, in the gym, I am a member of the gym, or will be, but I'm in the pool, not I'm in the spiritual consciousness versus the land work. Again, this is just a representation. It's not anything about anybody. It's just my representation in my world. In your representation would be different. Your story would be different. Does it make sense? Do you understand? And again, that's the teaching point. I'm telling you because I'm teaching you. It's coming. It's in your future. Because that's where we're going. This is home. Spiritual consciousness is home. Physical consciousness is faraway land. Shrek lives in faraway land. We are in spiritual consciousness. We go in there. Shrek says, far away, where are we? What was Shrek saying? Are we there yet? Oh, donkey. Are we there yet? Far, far, far away. Yeah. So that's why I got so excited about all this. Okay, we're done with that. Hold on, the assignment for everybody, so I don't repeat it many times. When I do my life event, I will do it eventually. I do have the dates. I set the dates. How about you even write down the dates? Well, maybe not, because I don't know the paper. I don't know where my paper is. Oh no, here it is. Got it. Well, I hope this is the final decision about the dates. So October 20th through October 23rd, it would be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's Divine Guidance Challenge. We are inviting people. We will be inviting people to Divine Guidance Challenge. This year it's free and it will be easy on people. I'm not going to teach fire hose information, everything, whole system in 4 days. No, not anymore. It's too much. You got too much. It was overwhelming. I know, Mary, I'm not talking to you. Okay, so that's one. And then November 4th through November 6th, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3-day life event, the Ultimate Wealth. I will give you the landing page. I will give you the pages with the information, right? So well, first of all, I'm inviting everybody. It's of course free of charge for you. I will just have to sign you. I will give you a coupon and you will sign up, okay, in the system. And regarding a commission, so here is the chance to make some money for you. You are my best promoters, right? Because, well, first of all, I'm not in the physical world that much. The second, you happy clients. So it works well for everybody. If you bring people, tell me in advance that these people are from you, because they have to be handpicked, I guess. Or even if social media, if they come, they will know that they came from you, right? So tell me in advance that they came from you. Invite them to the Divine Guidance Challenge. If they like Divine Guidance Challenge, they will like event, right? As I would think. Most likely I will be offering 1-year program from now on. I was going to do it before, but I didn't. And this time it will be 1 year. So when I offer a 1-year program, the commission will be 1,000. So if somebody comes to you from you and signs up with the group like this, I will pay you $1,000. If the person is on payment plan, that will be a little bit different. It's still 1,000, but they have to pay it first. So I just say with the payment. So if they pay gradually, I will be paying gradually as well, but it will be 1,000 at the end if they paid it. So it's upon receiving of the money, but it is 1,000. If I last minute get Divine Guidance to offer 6-month program, which I don't plan to anymore, but if I do, it will be 500. But I do pay for commission and I'm very happy to do it. So I hope that will be a good incentive for you ladies to talk to your friends, to talk to your whoever you know and don't know, maybe social media, whatever, and bring people in, and we can change their lives and you can make money, and that's how you will pay your tuition. This way everybody wins, right? Yeah. So I hope you like this. Yeah. Okay, that's it. And Shelly, we'll see, let's schedule when we talk while you're here. And I think everybody else, I will tell you when we're starting the next round, okay? Most likely this next Wednesday. I think it's fine for us to start next Wednesday. Lisa, are you okay about next Wednesday?
I'm gonna be.
We can't hear you.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
What? Okay, you're driving. I couldn't hear anything. We will see in the chat. Text us later on. Don't right now. We'll. So temp right now. What's the word? Why I keep forgetting words suddenly? This Wednesday, tentatively. This Wednesday, next Wednesday we'll start. So that will be the next round. So far, if something happens, I will let you know, but so far this Wednesday. Okay, everybody else, we're fine. And Shelly, please stay so we can decide when we will be able to talk. Yeah, all good? Bye.
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 Hi.
Hi. Yeah, 3 of them continue.
Yeah,
so
I
you're
know.
the only one.
I know. I want to, but I don't have it. I just don't have money. So I'm like, sorry. I don't know. I'm like, I know I want to do it, but I wasn't able to manifest it. So I don't know if that's on me, because I really feel like I want to do it, but it's just not happening. And I think that it will happen eventually.
Yeah, maybe I will do events, you will be there, so who knows, maybe you will, it will have to be a new group because they will already continue, so
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
maybe that's what you're supposed to be with, you know.
Yeah.
It's
So I'm
all
just like, okay, it's kind of out of my hands, but so I'll do whatever I'm supposed to do.
right. I totally understand. What can I do? I mean, what can you do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't even know what else to say. Like I'm sad, but and then I'm like, but does it mean I'm not supposed to? I don't get it. I don't understand. So
You don't understand why it's not, you're not having it, you're not
yeah,
having
like
it.
why isn't it the right timing?
What do you feel inside? Okay, are you okay talking right now? So if we
Yeah.
continue, I need to go to the bathroom first.
Okay, yeah, go.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll just
I
be
can't
here.
do that long without bathroom break. Okay, I'll stop recording.
Okay.